It is Ryan Seacrest here. People always say it's good to unwind, but that's easier said than done. The exception, Chumba Casino. They actually make it easier done than said, or at least the same. Chumba Casino is an online social casino with hundreds of casino-style games like slots and blackjack. Play for fun. Play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Sign up now and collect your free welcome bonus at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL Limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Mike, what do you say to a rookie receiver who's coming into his first NFL game and probably has a lot of expectations on him to be a big part of this team?
I'd say to a rookie guy, the same thing I'd say to a vet. And really to the entire offense is just, do your job, focus on your responsibilities, communicate, and then, play the game as fast as you can and have fun out there.
Mike, we've asked you all offseason about how Daniel Jones has been progressing on the field. What have you seen from him, though, growth-wise as a person and as a leader?
Yeah, every year, DJ, that I've been with him, DJ's got better and better at those things that you just mentioned. Being a leader in the locker room, he's captain again. And then really taking great command of the offense and of that huddle. So DJ does a really nice job with that. And each year he's kind of grown through that.
You see him working with more of an edge this year than maybe past years?
He's always had a great work ethic. That's not something that's never going to change with him. From day one, being in the film room, in the weight room, like those are things that just like kind of are in his blood. So the work ethic part of it's really never been an issue.
Pro beard or anti-beard?
I'm pro beard for sure. Pro beard.
He's got you growing one too.
I'll clean this up probably just before the game.
Mike, Daniel's best season when you were calling plays in 2022 when you guys went to the playoffs, he led the league in lowest turnover rate. If you guys are throwing the ball more down the field, more aggressively, which fits this wide receiver core, can that continue, or with aggression comes the sense that you're going to turn the ball over?
That's a good question. I would just say, I think when you're making those decisions downfield, you as an offense, you want to stay aggressive, number one. But when you're making those decisions downfield, you have ultimate trust in the receivers or in the tight ends or running backs, whoever's down there to make a play. And then I think if it's a contested catch or it's a one-on-one ball, you got to have the confidence for those guys to go make the play. And if it doesn't happen, then as a receiver, as a receiver downfield, you can't let the DB make a play on it. If it is overthrown or underthrown or something like that, you kind of got to become a defender. But I don't think you want to have that in your mind as you're trying to make plays downfield.
It's still you and Dayball creating the offense. How different? It's different playmakers, different offense. How different do you think the offense is? How different do you think the offense will look now compared to that season when you guys had success?
Yeah, every year you want to continue to grow and change and develop things. So, certainly it'll be different from last year, just like it was the previous year. And every year you're trying to figure out things to put your players in the best position to be successful. So, yeah, each year, each week, it'll be different based on the defenses we play. But I'm excited. This week's been a fun week.
How much do you think from the novice side it'll look very different or completely different?
Yeah, again, I think just per that week's game plan, some things may be better. Maybe some weeks we want a lot of shifts. Some weeks we don't. Whether you're playing at home when you can use cadence, when you're away and you're using the kind of a silent cadence. So there's a bunch of different variables that show up into it, and each week will just be kind of per that game plan.
Mike, around here it's been a lot of offensive line boots and reboots and shuffles and reshuffles. Something unusual you guys did this year is your right side of the line was just imported from the Raiders. What is your trust in those two guys and maybe how they work together?
Yeah, it's been good to get those guys together, especially this week. We're in kind of that game planning mode. In training camp, you're trying some new stuff. You're trying to figure out and work on your identity, who you want to be as a running team, as a passing team. You're defining roles and all those things. So when you get all 5 of those guys together and working together and communicating, I think that's a benefit, right? There's a constant stream of communication, and it certainly works when DJ's in the mix as well. And they all can kind of see it through the same lens. So I think it's been a good camp in that aspect. And then this week, as we're working through our game plan, working all those kinks out.
What about specifically those 2 guys on the right side? Because they didn't need any introduction to each other.
Oh, right. I mean, and they had some familiarity with the offense in Vegas. So, kind of getting in and really getting caught up on our terminology. But those guys have been a great addition, and they're veteran guys who play a lot of football. And we'll certainly lean on those guys and with as a unit, to play well on Sunday.
Mike, as you sit down to make a game plan for a high-pressure defense that's going to bring the house a lot, are there any cardinal rules like we got to play fast? We have to. Is there something that you have to do?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Flores does a great job. I have a lot of respect for him. Not only did they lead the league in cover 0, they led the league in cover 2. They led the league in drop 8. So, prevent coverage, peak coverage we call it. They led the league in pressure, but all by a large margin. So they use a bunch of multiple looks, multiple fronts, and personnel grouping. So we got to be prepared for all of that. And so we work through that throughout the week, put together the best plan we can, and then go out and execute.
So recognition might be the biggest thing?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing will be communication. When you have a team that does a lot of things, you want to make sure that we're all on the same page and seeing it through the same lens.
Mike, when you talk about the communication, does it give you some comfort, even though this offensive line hasn't really been together? Does it give you some comfort that this is really a veteran group in terms of being able to handle all those different looks?
Yeah, absolutely. It does. When you have guys that have played, even against Coach Flores in the past. I know Vegas, they played him last year, a couple of years back, even when he was in Miami. So yeah, having that familiarity, having those older vets that have kind of seen it a few times, for JMS to be up there and kind of set the table for us, it's good to kind of lean on those guys and their experiences.
Mike, the Singletary throughout his career has always been like part of, or maybe even the lead in a rotation, like him and Zach Moss or him and the other guy in Houston. What is your confidence level that he could be like an 85% snap running back? He's probably starving for it.
Yeah, I don't know if I would put a number on that, but I think
what we're used to seeing here, we have an obvious bell cow.
Yeah, I mean, I think as the game kind of declares itself, and I think it can go any way, whether it's run or whether it's pass game. I don't think you want to have one set thing that you want to do. I think you got to be, multiple and attack a defense in a bunch of different ways, whether it's a run game or a pass game.
Yesterday, Devin was sitting with Tyrone, and they were kind of comparing notes when I walked over to talk to them. How helpful can that relationship be, running back who's established, obviously, versus the one just getting his feet wet?
Yeah, and it's a great running back room. Coach Joel Thomas does a great job in there as well. And when you have veteran guys that want to kind of give back to the room and share their experiences, it does nothing but help. And so, Motor's done a good job of understanding that and then helping those young guys because, again, the speed of the game is different than it is in college. So getting those guys caught up and giving them as much experience is great.
There's no better place to watch live TV this fall than Hulu Plus Live TV. Why? Because you get your favorite sports like football, local channels, shows, and so much more. Plus, get Hulu's entire streaming library with Disney Plus and ESPN Plus included with your plan. No long-term contracts or hidden fees. Don't wait. Start your 3-day free trial of Hulu Plus Live TV today. Live TV plan required. Access content from each service separately. Offer valid for new and eligible returning subscribers only if available. Terms and restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com.
Every day when you log in to ChumbaCasino.com, the ultimate online social casino, you get a free daily bonus. Imagine if you got daily bonuses in other parts of your life.
I chose French fries over loaded French fries.
I asked Stuart from accounting about his weekend, even though I don't care.
I updated my operating system without having to call tech support.
Collect your free daily bonus at ChumbaCasino.com now. And live the Chumba life. VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.